And the big story of the hour, another Hindu killed in Bangladesh. Just within the span of 20 days, another Hindu youth named Joy Mahapatra was killed on January 8th in Sunamganj district's Bhangador village. According to family sources, Joy was beaten and later poisoned by local Muslim named Amirul Islam. This takes the number of Hindu killings to 9. Remember, before Joy, there are a long list of Hindus that were killed from Dipu to Konkan to Saratmani, who was in fact killed few days ago. This is the latest that is coming in from Bangladesh, where a young youth named Joy Mahapatra was killed on January 8 in Bangladesh. No end to Bangladesh atrocities on the Bangladeshi minorities. We have Pallavi joining us on the broadcast. Pallavi, this is the 9th killing overall, and there is no end and no action that was taken from the Bangladesh government, only lip service.
Absolutely, and each time a killing takes place, it's a predictable response which comes in either from the Yunus administration saying it's a wrong narrative by India that Hindus are being targeted. These are all because of social unrest. It's also because of professional rivalry. So whether I spoke to Jamaat leaders, whether I spoke to the BNP, all of them said pretty much the same thing. But you know, those who are there in local areas, when I went and visited those families, Kaveri, they said we've all been living together for years and we never had this kind of a problem. Why is it that suddenly it is erupting? Why is it that Hindus are now being targeted? Well, the immediate reason, of course, possibly could be the elections which are taking place on 12th of February. It's become a political issue. And then the growing might of Jamaat, which we all know is an Islamic radical, with an Islamic radical ideology. They do want to stoke this kind of a trouble between between the Hindus and the Muslims. And the third is when the police doesn't step in to take any action, when they are very reticent, they are co-opted, it is that fear is gone. And that's the reason why you're increasingly finding it's so easy now to target the Hindus and get rid of them.
Right, Pallavi, and when we talk about this particular case that happened on January 8th, Joy Mahapatra, what are the details that are emerging from this?
Well, what we are picking up certainly is that there was a person who belonged to a majority community, a Muslim, who actually targeted him, hit him, and of course there was an attempt to kind of throw him. And you know, one thing which new is coming up, Kaveri, which the locals are talking about, is that when these time round, when Hindus are being killed, they are also being burnt, whether it's in the case of Khokon Chandra Das, whether it was Dipu Chandra Das, and of course now as well. Sometimes they are successful, sometimes they are not, and this is what is adding to a fear factor as far as the Hindus are concerned in Bangladesh.
Right, Pallavi, thank you for all of those inputs. Right now, we are shifting focus to, in fact, exclusive report by Pallavi Ghosh amid rising cases of anti-Hindu violence in Bangladesh. Pallavi speaks with a Hindu daughter fighting for her mother's release. A year ago, Jamaat men entered the home of advocate Tureen and assaulted her, accusing her of supporting Sheikh Hasina and India as well as opposing the Jamaat activities. Charges that eventually led to her arrest. The incident has sparked controversy over targeted harassment and communal violence. Meanwhile, MEA has strongly condemned attacks on minorities, stating that such communal incidents must be dealt with swiftly and firmly. Take a look at that.
Well, as Bangladesh is going through its battle for democracy, we've out a daughter's fight for her mother. We, of course, for obvious reasons, are not going to reveal her name and also her face. Thank you very much for speaking to me, first of all. It must have been a traumatic fight to fight for your mother. How has it what has been the experience? What did you see her mother go through?
My mother was arrested for false cases and she was allegedly put behind the bars, but she did nothing like that. And she was beaten up in the remand of 7 days. The court is not giving her bail and she is suffering from fever, cold, and she has cancer too, so it's very difficult for her to survive in the jail.
But why was she picked up in the first place?
Because she was targeted by her enemies like the Jamaati Islams and the BNPs.
Because you know, I had met her once, long time back, and I remember she had shown me pictures of her being hurt. And I remember those marks. So, but she is a strong woman. She is someone who is resilient. Are there any moments when you feel that she has turned weak?
She has turned weak when my Nana, her father, died due to heart attack, and she was broken. She had no support. There was no one to make her comfortable, or there was many financial problems, but we have overcome through the years.
What has your mother taught you? What have you learned from her? Why is she your inspiration?
Because she taught me to fight the battle even if I am alone, and she taught me to never break down or show my weakness to people.
But there must be moments when you feel lonely. Are there moments when you feel weak?
No, because at that time I pray to Allah and ask for strength and ways to overcome the difficulties that I will face or I am facing.
You're a student.
Yes.
You want to finish your studies. You
Yes.
don't want to leave Bangladesh.
No, I don't want to leave Bangladesh
Why?
because it is my birthplace and I have everything here, so I don't want to leave.
Are you hopeful that your mother will come out soon?
There is no hope, but maybe Allah will help us,
But why do you say that there is no hope?
because there are so many tensions running in the country and there are so many evidences made against her.
Also, if you want to talk about that particular day when she was at home and there are some people who entered the house and they kind of tried to attack her. They did put her those pencil marks because that's when I remember I interviewed her. Can you just describe that moment? I mean, did you see what happened or you don't want to talk about it?
I don't want to talk about it because I was locked in a room and there were screams, and that was a very traumatic night, and we were not able to overcome the trauma for several months.
You know, there must be many other women like you, young girls, boys for that matter, who may be also going through a similar situation. Before I let you go, what is it that you would want to give to them? What is your word of inspiration for them? What is your personal experience which you would want others to learn?
Not to break down and be strong, and not to show your weakness to, especially to your enemies, and to keep your mind cool and find for ways to overcome the difficulties.
But you do love Bangladesh because you consider it to be your own country.
Yes.
And are you looking forward to the better days in Bangladesh? Is that what you are looking at? And for your family, for your mother?
Yes, I am hoping for that.
When you do meet your mother, I guess you do, what is it that she tells you?
She tells me that she is suffering there and she cannot survive there because she is not used to live there, and she inspires me to be strong and to overcome my problems, and she also gives me ideas how to do that, and she wants me to continue my studies.
You've never thought of leaving Bangladesh to do higher studies, or you want to study?
No, I want to stay in Bangladesh and continue my studies.